Hi, my name is Ada Wells from ProBalance Physical Therapy and Pilates, and what I want to do is show you how you can use a Pilates ring. This is the Ultra Fit Circle from Balance Body, but you can use any Pilates circle that you may have, and to be able to do a little stretch routine for your lower body. And this is great because it's actually a nice dynamic stretching routine. So what you're going to do is lie down on your back, and you can have your legs in a bent position here, so we're in hook lying. Place the ball of your foot at the padding of the ring, and notice that my knees are bent, and that's fine. So before we do anything, we just want to make sure that we're keeping our spine in a neutral position, so we're not going to be arched and shoulders in the ears. You want to think about staying open to the collarbones, length to the back of the head, and I like to have the palms facing forward, or sorry, facing me. That way it tends to keep some openness in the shoulders. If you have a little bit of what we call a kyphotic spine, where you have a little bit of a rounded shoulder position and you're lying down and your head is back, feel free to put a little pillow underneath your head so that your neck is in a good alignment with the rest of your body. Okay, so from here, if your back can handle it, it's nice to be able to straighten out that leg. If for some reason there's any discomfort, feel free to keep it bent. Okay, so I'm going to straighten it out for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten this leg, and I'm going to think about reaching that heel up towards the ceiling. And we're going to come back down. So as I'm doing that, I'm thinking about keeping the weight in between the first metatarsal, which is the big toe, and the fourth and fifth metatarsal, which is right before your last two toes. And it's just even on the padding on this circle. So we're just doing a little straightening and bending. Now, if you don't have this flexibility, do what you can. It's okay if your arms might move a little bit, but try to do as best you can to get the movement coming from the legs, so you're really reaching out the back of your legs and reaching out the heel. Okay? From here, keeping the leg relatively straight, it might be a little bit bent depending on your mobility, we're going to point the foot and flex the foot. And once again, as you're pointing and flexing, we're watching that you keep that weight even on the front two, at those front two little, we called them foot centers earlier, those front 2 points on the ring here, okay? And then from here, it's nice to be able to get a little stretch into the hips. So I like to bend the opposite leg a little bit, allow that leg to come out to the side, and just go ahead and bring this leg as far out as you can tolerate it. Now, I've got long enough arms here and the flexibility that I can almost rest my bottom arm down and hang out here for a stretch if I wanted to. But if you don't have that mobility, just bring it where you can, bring it out to the side. You can sometimes counterweight with your other arm. And from here, the knee can be bent or it can be straight, whatever is comfortable. But I like to, if I do have the leg out here, if you can straighten and bend while keeping everything level and aligned, that's fine. If all you want to do is just basically hang out here, you can. Just watch as you're still maintaining control of the pelvis, and then bring things back in. I'm going to straighten out my bottom leg, and then we're going to bring that leg over to the other side. Now it's okay on this to allow a little bit of bend in that top leg. If you start feeling a searing hot pain, that might be your sciatic nerve. So if you've got any sciatic nerve sensitivity, I would not do this stretch unless you consulted with your healthcare practitioner first. Okay? And from here, we can do a little flex and pointing of the foot if you'd like. Or we can straighten and bend, or you can just play with finding some different positions to feel a stretch in the hip. Okay? If there's a pinching in the hip and that doesn't feel comfortable, if there's any pain, just go ahead and get out of that. Okay? So you would obviously repeat that on both sides, and that's just a nice little exercise for working on mobility in the legs prior to doing an activity that required some flexibility.